Imagine my shock. Number 1 selling electric vehicle on Earth, Tesla Model Y. Number 2 selling electric vehicle on Earth, Tesla Model 3. This for the month of September. And remember folks, vehicles sold on planet Earth is the only thing that counts. Vehicles sold in XYZ market is irrelevant. Some guy with 3 first names referencing a very old leaked internal Tesla document. Quote, second place needs a telescope. Elon Musk took the opportunity to repost this with a single word for the caption, Tesla. This chart really sums it up. Model Y is absolutely dominating. It's not out in front by a little bit. It is absolutely embarrassing all of the so-called competitions. Model Y is absolutely destroying the next best, which by the way happens to be Tesla's own Model 3. The third place electric vehicle, the Wuling Hongguang Mini EV, is doing extremely well. But it's also not a conventional vehicle. Mini EV says it all. It is a pint-sized, tiny little micro EV. Great for people in high-density urban areas. Of course, there is one slight problem there. It's also a death machine on wheels, so just don't crash. This thing sells for a few thousand US dollars in China. Starting price in US dollar equivalent in China, $4,500 to $5,000 US. About 10% the price of a Model Y. There's definitely a massive market out there for these types of vehicles, but key caveat, these ultra tiny, super compact mini vehicles are in a category of their own, and they're not massive needle movers when it comes to revenue for the company selling them. Not to take away from this, there's a massive market out there. Tesla will never make something like this. Key reason why? Safety is the number 1 priority. You cannot make a vehicle this small safe until we're in a world where every vehicle is autonomous and there's no crashes. It's just simple physics. Low mass, no crumple zone, you get in an accident, you're fucked. So they'll have this market all to themselves. Following that, Geely, just over 50,000 units sold. And then we notice something. We have BYD in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th place. But hang on a second. Some of these are trans EVs, which fool nobody. See this little PHEV, aka trans EV caveat, doesn't count. So this big dark green doesn't count, doesn't count, doesn't count. And also number 12 doesn't count. Now BYD does have a few pure electric vehicles that are selling quite well. The Atto 3, just over 21,000 units. The Dolphin and the Atto 2, each almost 30,000 units. And the Seagull / Dolphin Mini / Surf, if you count those all as a single vehicle, almost 35,000. So this is an incredible chart if you're Tesla, and truly embarrassing if you're not. The best-selling non-Tesla electric vehicle is so small you can throw it in your handbag or a backpack. A few $1,000s, a tenth the price of Tesla's entry-level vehicles, 3 and Y. Tesla's still outselling that. Even more interesting though is none of the companies here other than Tesla are actually making money selling their electric vehicles to consumers. And that includes BYD, who are also on many of these models selling a bunch of fake electric vehicles, which are actually ICE vehicles with a tiny battery in them. After all, BYD was originally an internal combustion engine vehicle manufacturer. And BYD still somehow as a business overall not actually making any money today, despite a highly profitable battery cell supply business. And notice the amount of complexity here that BYD are suffering through. They have multiple variations, the fake electric vehicle plus the actual electric vehicle of each. And notice the piss poor pure electric vehicle sales, the Song and Seal, dog shit. This combined figure, 46,000. But if you take away the trans EVs, you're probably at what, like 8,000 maybe, give or take, not even that. Next, it's similar. BYD doing their best right now to milk profits from their experience producing internal combustion engine vehicles by tricking consumers into buying the hybrid versions, the fake EV versions. But economies of scale are going to start reversing dramatically on internal combustion engine vehicles, which includes fake EVs, trans EVs, because they are internal combustion engine vehicles. They have the same exact internal combustion engine as any other internal combustion engine vehicle. In addition, they have a tiny little battery as well. Put differently, BYD should delete this product. It's going to go away anyway. Same here and here. I think you guys get the point. Tesla's approach of making one category killer per category is clearly working. They're the only company on Earth selling high volumes of electric vehicles, actually making money doing so. That in and of itself is all you need to know. But it's not all there is to know. They have now, in September, far and away the world's best-selling vehicle, Model Y. This will be the 3rd year in a row it's the best-selling vehicle. We're crushing it. But in September alone, Tesla has the 2 best-selling electric vehicles on the planet. And remember, the standard editions of both have just released, even more affordable. The supposed Tesla killer, BYD, still losing money on their electric vehicle business, trying to fool people, including those who report data on EV sales, into thinking that their hybrids are actually electric vehicles. They're not. They have so much complexity in their business, it's a joke. The combined sales of the Atto 3, Dolphin, Atto 2, Seagull, about 114, 115,000 units. Still being outsold, combined by Tesla's Model Y. If you add in those few fractions of an electric vehicle with some of the other models as well, Tesla's still outselling BYD's entire top 15 lineup with a single vehicle, which, by the way, is priced 2 to 3 times higher than a typical BYD is in China, where most of their vehicle sales occur. And again, Tesla's making money doing so. BYD not. What's actually really funny though is electric vehicles are last decade's news, at least for Tesla, who are all in on AI, including autonomy and the Optimus humanoid robot. Full tilt. Musk's 2025 CEO Performance Award requires 1 million Robotaxis on roads, 1 million humanoid robots sold, 10 million FSD subscribers. And the final tranche for operational milestones includes $400 billion in EBITDA, aka profits. You ain't gonna make that selling tiny little death machines on wheels. The narrative a decade ago, after Model S wins every award ever, Tesla mentions they'll be producing a mass volume vehicle, was, oh, the competition is coming, just wait till the big boys come. At this time, by the way, people were so stupid they hadn't read Tesla's master plan and thought that Tesla was going to be competing permanently with Mercedes, BMW, Audi, failing to understand that Tesla would continue to drive their costs down as fast as they could, pass those cost savings on, and go further and further down market. Tesla has, at least in terms of their focus, well and truly moved on from electric vehicles. Not to say they're not going to make them, and not to say that them dominating isn't a good thing. It's just this is so irrelevant to Tesla's focus and their future profitability. Yet even so, no company on this list beside Tesla's making money selling electric vehicles. Tesla's somehow playing on ultra hard mode by selling with purchase prices versus the rest of this list. And again, these are worldwide sales. It just so happens that the majority of these, other than the chart topper Tesla, happen to be Chinese made and extremely quote unquote affordable. Most of these sales occurring in China to local consumers. Some of these vehicles, 10% the cost for Tesla's entry-level vehicles. Others, a third, maybe at most half the cost, yet still Tesla crushing it. How embarrassing. But don't expect the BYD is crushing Tesla narrative to go away anytime soon. I saw this, if you guys want to laugh. I mean, I don't want to be too rude, but holy shit. Doing some searches today. An absolute doozy. Title, BYD versus Tesla. How China beat Elon Musk at his own game. This is apparently a business case study that fails to mention BYD's ongoing catastrophic losses, the complexity in their business, the fact that they haven't actually made any money on their electric vehicle business, conflates trans EVs with pure actual electric vehicles, and somehow insinuates that BYD has crushed Tesla. Now, if this weren't a business case study, if you were just saying, well, I mean, they're making lots of products, they're affordable, good features and functionality, okay. But if you're doing a business case study on a company that's losing catastrophic amounts of money with an absolute clusterfuck of complexity and still getting destroyed by Tesla globally and even in China, you might want to consider a new career. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 has been part of my daily health protocol for almost half a decade. It's packed full of vitamins and minerals and helps me fill in nutritional gaps while supporting energy, digestion, and immune function. It also has prebiotics and probiotics to promote gut health. I take my health very seriously, and so should you. Try AG1 today by visiting drinkag1.com/SMR or click the link in the pinned comment and enjoy a free welcome kit with vitamin D3 plus K2 and AG1 travel packs. That's drinkag1.com/SMR.